And we are back with the Marty and Gus show, and we're cruising down with the episodes.
Yeah, and I'm here too with my red hat.
One of us is Marty, and the other one is
Gus, and the other one's Mus and Radi. But Gus and Marty. Gus and Marty.
Now you're confusing me.
What are we going to talk about today?
I just thought, we could get. I mean, we are a couple of older blokes, right? So when I was brought up,
I'll speak for yourself, you old codger.
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 I've heard that word for a long time. I mean, when we were kids, and I can speak for you as well. Right?
I don't think I knew you when I was a kid. So.
We were both pretty much kids at the same time.
Or as my son said, we're both bros.
I just knew the world as having boys and girls. That's it.
Was that something to do with gender synchronicity?
Yeah, well, I don't know. There was no name for it.
Well, okay. Today we're going to talk about the gender agenda. So that's like the gender with a G and then agenda with an A. Gender agenda.
I do get it.
Well, okay.
No, I like it. That's right.
I didn't have to spell it out for you.
You know. You know,
depending on reading between the lines and the tone, you could be in it.
That's another discussion. But anyway, we went together. We're having this conversation privately about this gender confusion, or maybe it's
look.
No, hang on. Let me finish. I did say gender confusion, but maybe it's gender clarity. I don't know. We're going to explore
gender
this.
Collateral. Okay. Well, yeah.
I want to get some clarity around these
you
genders.
had your agenda for the gender, but let's go through what Wikipedia.
Yeah, but hang on. This is the preamble, right? This is the lead-in, because when I was at primary school, when you were at primary school, there was boys and there was girls. There wasn't.
Do you mean when, like, before my time, there was Ben Casey and he drew the signs?
Yes, we're going to go through those signs.
Man,
woman, earth, death, infinity.
There was boys, there was girls, and you played in the dirt, and you got dirty, and then you got into trouble for having dirty clothes and dirty shoes and things, and that was it.
You were just plain dirty, mate.
Yeah, I was dirty. Yeah.
Maybe. What's changed now?
Yeah,
not much. But anyway, look, I wanted to actually go through, because you've been talking about it so much of late, and while I've got this in my hand, the hot little hand, because paper is obsolete, we'll talk about that another time. But okay, so you're talking about all those, and there was only woman, man, or girl, boy, etc. And now we're in this generation where there's a whole lot, because I think the shortened, it's not really an acronym, the shortened term for all that now is for, I guess, the other, and I don't want to say that in a bad way, but there's male, female, and then there's LGBTQTI. Now, you know what all those mean, don't you?
You want to go through it?
Well, that's one version. So it's male, female, and this is my interpretation. Male, female, lesbian. Let me finish, because I can't remember what it is. Lesbian, L, G, gay, B, bi, Q, queer, T for transsexual, and I is intersex. Now, we've got so many versions. That's one that is in general use everywhere. But then I found another version on the internet. Some of those people like the internet and Wikipedia. And it was out. Let me finish. It's a lot. There's a few words in here. LGBTQQIAAP. Now, all those stand for, I'm not sure where those all come from, but lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, transsexual, queer, questioning, intersex, asexual, ally, pansexual.
Pansexual?
So like there is a lot, and there's a lot of confusion out there, and of course people get left out with all those. And
can I interject?
You can say
whatever you like.
You can say whatever you like.
Well, it's just that, they're talking about these genders in primary school or elementary school these days. Like, I'm talking, 10-year-olds. There's confusion about all this gender. And there was no one had, when we were growing up, there was no confusion about anything about to do with gender. You played in the dirt, you caught grasshoppers, the girls, you know, we used to chase girls would chase us and run, or, you know, they'd run away from us.
Yeah, mate, I don't know if they were chasing me. There was
But, you know, there was no one was even talked about or thought about any type of sex, or that there was even...
Sorry, I didn't know what sex was until I was 25, but anyway.
Yeah, well, maybe you should have been one of those letters. There should be another letter for you.
I think question.
Oh, come on, let's get down to it. But all I'm saying is, when I was a kid, there was no confusion about anything.
Well,
to do
you
with...
were confused recently by something we'll bring up on the screen, but there's a whole load. Why don't you go through all those?
Well, these ones. Is that what you're talking
on the
about?
screen that I'll bring up later on? Yeah.
Well, as far as we can see, there's 32 types of gender. Where did that come from? How did that start?
All right.
Where does it end? I mean,
male.
Yeah, but hang on, 32. Where does it going to end? Is it going to be like 132 in like 5 years' time?
I'll let you share the
go on. You go
speech.
on.
Bi-gender, androgyny. Okay, is that really?
So what does that mean?
Neutrals. Okay, there's neutrals. Agender. Well, I thought agender was same as neutral. What is it? Agender. Intergender. Demi-boy, demi-girl, third gender.
Hey, what's demi-boy? What's demi-girl? Is that like half-time?
I'm assuming from the Latin demi being half.
So that means you're half girl, half boy. Which
so
half?
Should that have been called bi, which is half? Or
No,
bi
that means you're
half.
both.
But isn't demi and bi the same thing?
Now I'm thinking about Demi Moore.
Yeah, I knew you would be. I knew straight away you'd be thinking about Demi Moore.
See, I'm definitely the second one, which is mate.
We don't need to point it because people can't see it.
That's okay.
But so you got demi boy, demi girl.
Yeah, but hang on, let's explore this, because bi is you're both together. Like, so you've got sexual preference for boys and girls, or you want to be with girls and with boys, or males and females.
No, I think that's gender fluid, isn't it?
No, hang on. But demi, does that mean it's half time, half the week you're gay, or with wanting?
No. But this is specifically about sexuality as opposed to sexual orientation.
Yeah, but demi is half.
Yeah. So you got to work out which is half top up on. But then on the other side they got demi girl.
Is it the half of the
body?
body?
So they got demi girl and demi boy.
No, what if it could be the front and the back? I don't know. Hang on.
Well, yeah, it could be any of those ones.
Because I have
gender queer, non-binary. They used to only talk about binary in computer terms in the olden times.
Yeah, correct.
You had the
where are you up to? You up to which one?
I'm up to pangender.
I know what that is. No, pan is like Peter Pan, right? Is across everything. So that means
pandemic.
Pandemic. That's it. Correct.
Pan.
So that everything. I don't know what everything is.
Frying pan. Panasonic.
Yeah, correct. Panavision. Panvision.
I forgot now.
Yeah, Panavision. You know when you go to the
what about
the old theatre?
Panda.
Oh, Kung Fu Panda! I love that movie.
Panda.
What is it?
All right, let me go. Oh, now I'm confused. Epicene.
I reckon there's a lot of confusion.
I don't know what that means. Epicene. Gender fluid. We talked about that. Transgender. Alternate version. I'm not sure how many versions you can have.
Yeah, but you're just going through the names. But what do they mean?
You ask and we shall.
We'll try. I mean, I haven't done a study of it. But the thing is, at least try and work it out. I
don't mean whatever people want it to mean.
Well, then
you can go through the other ones. There you go.
Hey, where are you up to? No, just keep going because I've lost the place. Just keep going. Go on. No, I've lost the place. I don't know where I am.
Bi-gender, I think these are just contrived words because they got demi-boy and now they've got bi-gender, female and male. I think they're just trying to confuse us. Bi-gender, androgyny and...
But I don't get that. I can't even understand.
I think somebody just made up all these bi-genders.
No, but this is
got demi-gender with demi-girl. No, I'm really confused. I'm not sure. This is not the authoritative. Gender fluid, okay, female and male. Gender fluid, intergender, and neutral.
Hang on, can I ask a question? So, according to these names, what does that mean that sometimes they're this type of sex, and on other days they're another type of sex, or they have sex changes and go change from one sex to the other sex and then come back and then merge with something else? Or I don't get this.
Well, perhaps it's like what was the movie, Seven Faces of Eve, or they have a whole.
Oh no, that was psychology. That was.
Well, it's all psychology, isn't it? It's all how your brains are operating at the time. So
yeah, but I want to ask this: is how did this start and where's it going to end? Because there's so much confusion there, and I don't even understand half these terms. I'm sure if we spent, did a course of the study on this.
I think this all started with Spartacus. No, really, because if you remember, I'm trying to think of Tony Curtis's
I know what you're talking about.
character.
Yeah.
And there's a classic line which I don't have at hand when
It was cut out, wasn't it?
It was cut out in the original, and it has been since put back in. However, Tony Curtis is tending to Nero's requirements.
Tending,
yeah, because Nero's in a big bath, and Tony Curtis
was erotic bath.
Is he the slave boy? He's sort of like the slave boy.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
And Nero says something to the effect,
and he was.
Do you like this or do you like that? He had that
sort of nubile look. So okay, then there's another couple. Agender version 1. Then there's agender version 2.
I think you're making a bigger agenda of the gender than really needs to be on the agenda.
Well, that's what that. But I didn't make these up.
But I think somebody, because look at then it's got
this is
femme, butch. These are Italian terms. Travesti,
NB. What's non-binary?
Non-binary.
Alia, gender.
I don't know what.
Okay, well, you know what? I'm giving up on these 32 genders because I don't know. It's where did this confusion come from?
I think it's all back. I did say earlier, it might have been Spartacus and that, but I think it's just because
that's just an example.
People have evolved.
I know what you're talking about.
We've had people like Boy George. We've had Marilyn, who was well known for a while, which is the bloke who used to dress up. I think that was mostly just for the colour and the.
Oh, you're talking about Marilyn Manson.
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay, so
is she related to Charles Manson?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Right. So you have
not as far as I know, anyway.
But yeah, okay, it is confusing, and it's confusing, I guess, to children. I think maybe it's confusing, or maybe they're just getting aware of it all.
Or did we live in some sort of bubble, some sort of isolated moment, or capsule of time, or?
Well, mate, speak for yourself, but I definitely lived in a vacuum.
Or maybe we all did at that time, because I don't know. Dare I say, what's normality? What's normal, and how can there be? But look, it comes back down to this, right? As far as I know, in the way I was brought up and the way that I know the world, there's a male and there's the female, and they sort of fit together, right? I mean, you can't argue that case, can you?
I'm not touching that.
Yeah, but
I'm not touching it.
No, you don't have to touch it, but you can discuss it.
Are we we're now talking technical. We're talking electrical.
No, I'm talking anatomical.
Terms.
I'm talking anatomical.
Isn't there a male and a female in the electrical componentry parts?
Yeah, but that's same thing.
There's
the male end and there's the female end, and they fit in together.
Is that now sexual discrimination by?
No, it's not. Why is it discriminatory?
They still use that in the electricians.
Yeah, they do. Well, as far as I know.
If anybody out there,
unless they're banned, having electricians can't talk about male and female. I don't know. That could be the case.
Yeah, so I get again. That's all confused because we talk about that, but then okay, let's say every place that has a Mardi Gras, that's specifically around. Anybody now. I guess they're inclusive of all definitions of sexuality. But years ago, it used to exclude
So you're talking
heterosexual.
about
There's a word. We haven't used the word heterosexual in there.
Mardi Gras or Gus Gras?
Hold on, but we said male, female,
I made a
bisexual. But
joke.
we haven't said heterosexual. Heterosexual's been excluded because that seems to be normal. Now, this is not an agenda about what's right and wrong or otherwise. It's
No, I'm
about-
just trying to understand it.
just about the confusion of it.
Well, I'm guessing each one of these genders is not confused about their gender, but I'm confused by it. And how did it get to where it's got to? And where's it going to go to? That's what I want to know.
I don't know, but I can tell you that it's going to go a long way.
Yeah, but seriously, 32 genders?
Well, we don't. Yeah, I think that's an interpretation. I think people keep logging them, and the reality is there's a lot of. I think there's a crossover in that particular.
Or do you reckon?
chart.
Hang on, let me.
There's a crossover. It's not necessarily what. It's back to this fake stuff because they put so many things together. But I think the list that I read out earlier is probably covers it enough. LGBTQTI, and I think there's a O as well in there, other, that covers a whole lot.
Yeah,
Because
but
how do you cover
you
everybody?
could be actually, by making this statement, you could be offended. This one of these genders, one of these 32 could be offended by what you
They
say.
could be offended. I'm not trying to offend
Like
anyone.
what's the demi boy?
Yeah, but where do we, okay, so where do we
The last I've met a demi boy.
where do we go now? Anyway, once again, like, subscribe,